All right, today we're talking about the final chapter for a true sporting legend. We're going to dig into that one single prize that stood between an absolute genius and, well, immortality, and the unbelievable journey it took to finally get there.
And who better to start with than the man himself, right? He's setting the stakes here, in his own words. And you can tell, this was never just another tournament. For Lionel Messi, this was everything. It was the end of a lifelong chase, that one final piece of the puzzle he'd been fighting for so long.
So, to really get the weight of that dream, you just have to look at this number 8. That's how many Ballon d'Or awards Lionel Messi has won. A record. That's the prize for the best player on the planet. I mean, by any individual measure you can think of, he had already proven he was one of the absolute greatest to ever kick a ball. And that, right there, is the heart of the story. It's the central conflict. Because for all those individual awards, for all the trophies he won with his clubs, there was this one prize, the one he wanted most, the FIFA World Cup. And it was just always out of reach. It was the one big question mark hanging over this incredible career.
And here's how that simple move creates absolute chaos. So the defender has to make this impossible choice, right? Do I follow him into the midfield and leave a giant hole in my defense, or do I just let him run free with the ball? It's a total lose-lose.
I mean, this just says it all. The other team's defense was totally baffled. That 6-2 win, it wasn't just a victory. It was a tactical masterclass. It showed the world how Messi's brain, his unique intelligence, could just take apart the best teams on the planet. He was a puzzle that nobody could figure out.
More than a decade, you couldn't talk about the Messi brand without talking about another one, Cristiano Ronaldo. Their rivalry was legendary. It pushed both of them to incredible heights. But it also meant everything was a comparison. Every win, every loss was amplified. And that pressure to win for his country, it just got dialed up to 11 because of this constant global who's better debate.
Because for Messi, the weight he was carrying wasn't just some abstract global thing. It was deeply personal. It was the weight of his entire nation. And believe me, this was not a short journey. Just look at this timeline. It's a whole saga of near misses and pressure just building and building over 5 tournaments. Almost 20 years, that loss in the 2014 final especially, man, that was a crushing blow. It left a scar, for sure. And you just know that's what fueled this one last shot.
2022 World Cup. This was his 5th try, and his last chance. The stage was perfectly set for the final, dramatic act of one of the greatest careers we've ever seen.
And wow, what a drama it was. I mean, the tournament kicks off with a shocking loss, an unthinkable upset that immediately puts their backs against the wall. But from that moment on, Messi basically put the team on his back and dragged them forward, all the way to what might be the most exciting, most unbelievable World Cup final ever. And that's where he finally got that victory. Look, this win wasn't just about sports. It was the climax of a story. It was the perfect redemption arc. And of course, people have been telling his story for years. There was a film way back in 2014 about his rise to the top, but it's this new docuseries from 2024, Messi's World Cup, that could finally tell the whole story. Because now, it has the perfect ending.
So with that trophy finally in his hands, the collection was complete.